The white, leather, red, yellow. So what do the actors do?
Mamma me. Okay, we're all loose now.
Oh, are we rolling?
We are rolling. Hold on a minute. I gotta get the. You have a little shine. A little shine.
It's a little bright.
Yeah, it is a little.
Okay, make sure I.
Hold on a minute. Okay.
Make sure I sit up straight so you don't see the.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Well, am I a little tall here? Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's start it.
All right.
Stone cold sober. We're doing
Down
this
City
under
Resurrection, episode 2.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is this better, listener?
We'll
Viewer? See. Is this better than over there? I don't know. We'll see.
So we do need to invest in microphones. We do acknowledge that. So bear with us. We're just trying to get some iterations out, some muscle memory, some rapport. We're building rapport, and just to be quite honest with you know what's funny? I've actually been researching and paying attention to shit going on. Actually, like, gee, who's running for mayor? I just randomly see like headlines going on. I'm not paying attention, and like, maybe I should know like 2 or 3 nuances of what the fuck's going on. So
I have no idea.
So it's making me.
And you're supposed to vote locally. That's,
right.
That's the most important vote.
So it's what I'm trying to say is this little thing that we're doing here. It's
educating you.
Right. It's free entertainment for us.
That's good.
You know, it's good, clean fun. Yeah.
So how was your week? Anything exciting happen? Grandpa?
Yeah. So I'm officially a grandfather.
Yeah.
Not officially technically.
It's
cooking.
Can I
right
ask you
now.
a question? What is it? It's a YY chromosome is female and XY is male.
I don't know.
Is there no male chromosome in your family?
I don't know
he's got 3 daughters and now he's having a granddaughter.
I always make a joke and like, you know what it really comes down to, guys, and everybody's jaws dropped. Like, it really comes down to just the pH level of the woman's vagina. And everybody's like, what? I don't know. I heard it somewhere once.
Why are you talking about your daughter's vagina?
I don't know. It's just, I read it somewhere, you know? I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah. So congratulations.
Okay,
I saw the gender reveal. That's a very controversial thing to do these days. Yeah, how do you know it's a girl?
You don't know. You know, you shouldn't make such assumptions nowadays.
You know, you let the baby decide.
Yeah. All I know is when they kicked it, it hit against the house, and I went in my bathroom the next morning, and I'm like, what is that shit all over the window? And I got pink all over the inside of the window.
Did it go in the broken one that you flipped with the rock?
Yeah, so I have also a broken window that broke 3 days before this party we threw here, mowing the lawn. So I got to deal with that.
I've always heard that happen, but I've never actually known anyone that's happened to.
This is the second window I've broken. So I was mowing the lawn. So against my house, I have a thing that shoots out with a bunch of rocks, like river stones, like a kind of thing, because I can't get anything to grow. So I just come out and
is that called the dry river or something like that?
Kinda.
Is that what that is?
Kinda. So I was mowing the lawn, also pop, and I hit a rock. I don't know where it was. Next thing you know, the wife and daughter come out. They're like, ooh, ooh. And I was like, son of a.
That's a couple $100 you didn't want to spend.
I'll figure it out later. But it's 2 panes of glass, but only 1 pane's broken.
What a pain.
So I can take my sweet time. But my other time I broke the sliding glass door with a weed whacker.
That's an expensive one.
Yeah, that was a little expensive. Yeah. I had to buy a whole new sliding glass door instead of just getting it repaired. You know, you just take one off the brand new one from the track and you pop it on there you go, and you throw away the rest.
Yeah. Think you can do that with this one, or you're gonna have to?
I am under the impression it will come off, and I can take it to the hardware store,
and they'll fix it.
And it won't. And everybody's like, "Oh, what if it's got gas in between the panes?" It's like that. It ain't gonna have that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, probably not.
Whatever. Yeah, probably not. Exactly. Yeah. So
what an exciting time we have going on here.
Yeah.
With the election, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So what do we?
People have lost their fucking minds.
Wait, 8 days away.
I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
I think we're like 8 days away from the election, and my Facebook feed is just sewerage.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm Switzerland in this. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Biden guy. This is another podcast altogether. But I am exercising my right not to vote as part of.
Really?
That's my position.
That's how I felt the last round.
I'm convinced it's a one-party system, and if nobody's talking about term limits for Congress, nobody's talking about the corporate lobbyists. Although actually Trump is talking about that a little bit. I heard him on Joe Rogan talking about that. So that's actually pretty good. But until we do term limits in Congress and we do something about the corporate lobbyists, all this running for president, it's all smoke and mirrors, designed to do exactly what it's doing right now, get everyone to fucking hate each other and just yell at each other and call each other stupid.
So the one thing I did hear on this go around on Trump compared to the previous one, and I didn't vote for Trump the last go around, but this one I am voting for Trump this go around. I am. It's a shocker. But so anyway, what he's doing differently on this one, apparently the last go around, he was indeed shocked, and he admitted it was a complete surprise. He had none of his ducks in a row.
Right, he didn't know how to run.
Yes, this one, and he took everybody's advice, and he put all the foxes in the hen house, and all the lobbyists were in fact put into the fucking chicken coops. This time around, supposedly,
it's going to be perfect this time.
Exactly. This time around, supposedly, every single person he has lined up already, none of them are lobbyists.
They're all the best. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I heard that.
So
he's got RFK on his side, which is crazy.
Yep.
Kennedy is
Tulsi Gabbard.
Kennedy is involved with the Republican Party, which is pretty bananas.
Yeah. So
that's to show you how crazy things have gone.
As jaded as you are, I think this is the closest you were ever gonna get to like a true outsider, and that's what we said the first time. Though he's an outsider, but now he's coming with eyes wide open. I'm thinking, and
I don't know about all that.
I
just find it completely fascinating. I've never seen such a diverse group of people.
Yeah.
For Trump, I mean, like look at he just sold out Madison Square Garden with the rally, and everyone I saw we got on our notes here to talk about Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This set. Who else? Kid Rock was on there. Obviously, we got was Kid actually? I'm not sure, but
was he in this one?
I'm not sure. But I saw
him in
Hogan.
Yeah.
And then fucking Dr. Phil is on there talking about obviously Elon Musk. It's like wild. It's wild. And then I remember we were talking last week. I saw the teenagers with Trump hats with the spiked orange hair, red, Trump 2024 hats. Teenagers walking around Autumn Fest. It's fucking wild.
That's funny. So what is your election guess? Do you think is it going to be a landslide?
It's going to be a landslide.
Everything, but the thing they even said at the last go around though, when Hillary was going to win, but.
I didn't think she had a chance last time. Last time I didn't think they had a chance when they got rid of Bernie Sanders and every Democrat I knew wanted Bernie Sanders, and they're like, nah, Hillary. At that point, I knew they were going to lose a ton of votes to Trump just because of that.
Right, because it didn't seem organic.
No, and this time too, like all of a sudden, we're going to hide Kamala and we're going to gag her, make sure she doesn't say anything for 4 years. And then all of a sudden, there's going to be a coup. And she didn't even there wasn't even a primary. And she just got forced in. They picked this other guy who's he's been found guilty of saying, being he said he was a head coach, football coach, but he was actually an assistant coach. He said he reached some level of military standard, whatever. He didn't. That's fucking weird. That's not great.
Right.
There's some. I mean, I've seen him speak, and from what I can tell, he seems like a decent
down to
guy.
earth guy. Yeah, I'd have a beer with him. Absolutely.
But it's problematic. As bad. Like the Democrat Party, they need to have the best of the best of the best of the best. Running this time, and I don't. If that's the best they have, they're in big trouble because it's not great. Yeah,
and I'm like a true Rhode Islander. I feel as if I'm independent. I really do. Like I don't necessarily look at Republican or Democrat. Like Tulsi Gabbard, I'd vote for her if she was in the presidential race. Yeah. Andrew Yang, I loved Andrew Yang when he was in there. He might come back around. You never know. Yeah. So there's some people on the Democrat side of the House, and I'm not sure how the hell they feel today. I mean, Tulsi she jumped ship obviously, but So I'm not full blown Republican by any stretch.
Yeah, I was a lifelong. I think I'm still a registered Republican, but I was a big conservative for the longest time because but I've always been like a social liberal, fiscal conservative, and it didn't. The social stuff is important, but like when it comes to the what's more important, having a roof over your head and a place, a good economy and a place to thrive, or your feelings getting hurt if someone
Right.
Doesn't let you eat at the counter when you're supposed to or whatever. And I know that's super important. That's very minimizing civil rights and all that kind of stuff. But, at the end of the day, if you don't have a place to build a restaurant to discriminate.
Right. It's a yin and a yang, every 4 years, or 8 years or whatever, in cycles and whatnot. And we swing the pendulum one way and it goes too far, and then it comes back, and then it swings too far again and it comes back. And
well, it's so wild. I remember everyone talks about, especially recently, that how the Democrats used to be the Republicans, and it swapped. And I always found that fascinating. I think it was in the 30s where that happened, and it seems like that's what's going on right now. It seems like the parties are the Democrats. I think it was 35.
Was it the 30s or was it the 60s?
Like, or I'm not sure. I think it was the 30s.
There was a flip though. Yeah,
it was a definite flip, and because the slave owners were Southern Democrats, and now they're Southern right wing conservatives.
Right.
Not that they're slave owners anymore, but the right wing people from the South. They don't identify as Democrats in old timey days. And
then I was gonna say, then you got this whole people from this hurricane that hit down south there, and what was it, South Carolina, North Carolina?
That's wild, yeah.
I'm hearing nightmare stories. See, that's the thing.
Complete towns wiped
out. Complete town. The whole flooding that's taking place.
Rockridge is one of the towns.
Yeah, the whole FEMA situation. There's a lot of ill will going on right now.
Well, now it's a chance for the corporations to rape and pillage federal money.
Pennies on the dollar,
and
right? I know. I was thinking, I got a couple bucks rubbed together. Maybe I should find a nice home on West Coast of Florida, perhaps right now.
So I'm a pretty productive member of society, so I watch a lot of YouTube videos, right? And a lot of the YouTubers that I know, they corralled a bunch of money and they shipped stuff down on their own.
Oh yeah.
They sent $8,000 worth. They loaded up trucks and drove it down and gave actual stuff away instead of just dumping money. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've known. There's some old neighbors up the street from me. They used to live in Rockridge. No, what the hell is it? In New Jersey. I forget the name of it. Rockaway, New Jersey. I forget what year it was, but it was a few years back where all of off the coast of New York there on the waterfront, they got whole neighborhoods wiped out there, and they were getting a big U-Haul truck and running down. He was buying 4 generators, and everybody was just throwing hundreds of dollars at this guy, and he was running down with a U-Haul truck. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the good thing about disasters is people seem to really forget the bullshit, and we should it's about time for another 9/11 or something.
Right, I agree.
This country really needs to get together.
Oh God, it was a weird time actually.
Yeah, everyone had American flags on everything, and you weren't a racist if you did that. Yeah.
And everybody was making those the ribbons there, and all the old ladies.
Yeah.
They were buying the rolls to make the ribbons, and it was like a big thing. Yeah. It was a good 3 weeks.
So who do you think's going to win? You think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be Trump, and the reason why I think it's going to be Trump is the amount of energy that's going, but it seems real as opposed to everything I'm seeing with the Kamala. My spidey sense is tingling of this doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem right. It seems contrived. It seems fake and forced and contrived. So that reason alone is one reason. The other reason,
it sounds like it feels like they're flailing.
Yeah, the other reason is the whole middle America here, the middle class. It's been gutted and everything's been taken away, and this is the only guy that says I am going to make
supposedly
I'm going to take actions to reverse all this shit that's been done.
But also, he's a big business billionaire that has made his career robbing from the middle class.
Right.
Just talk about go to New York and see how his reputation is dealing with contractors and how many people he fucked over and all that kind of stuff. And my
retort to that
is... And now all of a sudden he's the guy.
Yeah,
he's the working man's guy. I don't know. But I got to tell you, fucking it seems like it. Maybe he grew... I don't know. But he's coming off... Him and J.D. Vance are coming off so good on these fucking podcasts. With the Theo Von.
Yeah.
And I saw both Trump and J.D. Vance on Theo Von. Trump was on Flagrant with Andrew Schultz.
I didn't see that one yet.
It was he both of those two. He came off good on the like a regular person because they were busting balls, whatever. He was on Rogan, and for the first like half hour, he actually seemed a little nervous. He kept repeating himself.
I agry. So I did watch. I watched like 90%.
He got into it after, but I feel like he was playing politician more with Rogan than he was with the other.
And I noticed Rogan was a little off. I've been
a little bit. He was trying to. So he was trying to be more respectful than he usually is.
I agree.
He usually would have slapped the guys down. Like no.
Yeah.
But he was trying. Oh, sir. But he was doing a good job of. I heard him talk on. I saw a clip of the next podcast he was on there. He was like herding cats because he would ask him a question and he would start and then he would weave off into this and go all the way around. Yeah. And he was trying to get some answers from him, but.
I agree. He was definitely politician on that.
There was a lot of, we always had the best in it, and when we did it was the best, and we had the best, and it was.
He turned the volume up on a few.
And then the best, and like he kept repeating himself, and like saying like stories like two or three times.
The thing is, still at the end of the day, compared to Kamala, compared to her running mate there, when's the last time you saw them literally from the seat of their pants go into interview for 3 hours with no agenda?
Well, I guess Kamala
nothing ahead of time.
What was the one she just went on one that it's kind of a hip.
Haktua?
No, I don't even. I can't remember it. It's
that girl. Your daddy. Who's your daddy?
Who's Your Daddy podcast.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it, but that's
I didn't
cool.
watch it.
And she may still go on Rogan, which she should.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, oh, the Lions Den or whatever. Like Rogan, like I don't understand why everyone thinks Rogan is like some pundit, politician.
He's
not Bill O'Reilly. He's not Tucker Carlson.
Right.
He's just some fucking dude, bro, jock that is curious, and he gets people.
Like he's not going to do gotcha journalism.
No, he does. He's not going to. And he even said it. He's like if we don't even have to talk about politics. I just want to know who she is.
Right.
I can get to know her by talking about sports or where she. Like I just want to talk to her. Right. If she doesn't want to talk about X, Y, and Z, we don't have to. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I believe that. I don't believe he would go in and like, aha,
Yeah. Right.
That wouldn't make any sense. That's not his personality. He's not. It's just I don't know. And people that don't listen to him. They hear all the sound bites and all the critics, and they form this opinion. Like I've been watching him for off and on since the beginning, and he's always just. Yeah. I've never heard him. Except for maybe the COVID stuff a little bit but that was him.
He was getting attacked because he had his own.
But that was also his own experience,
Yeah,
and he's just like basically, dude. Like I'm fucking. I talked to my doctors, and this is what they gave me. Go fuck yourself.
And he literally proven it like time and time again. Like he did.
But there was a time you couldn't listen to a podcast without listening to him talk about that for a half hour, an hour. That got a little old for sure. But that's like the only time that I think I remember him really like.
That's the problem when you're right. It's hard to be self-righteous when you are indeed right.
Well, and when like fucking everyone's like. Telling them that he's taking horse tranquilizers, and even CNN made him look jaundiced. They fucked with the video.
Right. There's so much fuckery,
And then most recently, I guess he's suing CNN because he said that I don't know. They chopped something up and they made him say something about Kamala that he didn't say.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yup. I remember that.
It's like something way out of context.
Yep. I don't think he's going to sue, though. I don't.
No. The funniest thing, did you see his last special? He talks about, I don't know if you have, so there was someone back in the day saying the N-word as when you're repeating a movie line or a song lyric or someone's joke routine, it wasn't a big deal. You wouldn't say N-word, you would say the word. And he said the real world word several times
in the podcast or stand-up?
And the podcast. Okay, anytime he said it on recorded, and someone clipped it all together.
I know what you're talking about. He was like, he was
Jesus.
He was mortified. He was like, oh my God.
He's like, am I raising him? He's like, Jesus, it is a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
When you're doing, 1,000 podcast times, I'm going to use it right here, right now. Very, but I think little salt and pepper on the situation.
to add it up, acknowledge it, and embrace it's fucking bad. I get it. It's bad. I didn't think it was a problem. It's a problem. I'm not going to do it anymore.
That's funny. Yeah. It's and that's the other problem. The whole audio now with this AI stuff. Especially with him. They've got so much content.
Oh
they
my
can,
God.
They can do anything.
I know they're doing it with everyone. You scroll through like the
Yeah.
TikToks and stuff, and you hear this. Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
That doesn't. And it sounds good.
Yeah.
Like especially if you just flipping
Yeah.
and flipping. But if you're
Yeah.
like, wait a second,
Yeah.
and you listen,
It was
to
a
it
problem.
again.
There was some Elon Musk ones when it first came out. It was like Elon Musk talking about some new Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but some other token bullshit. And it was Elon's voice talking, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's just fake, okay.
Yeah.
And there was like 8 or 10 of them there, but
And it's not bad now. Wait for a couple of years.
yeah,
You're not going to be able to tell.
right.
The
It's
difference.
buggy. It's buggy now. It will be indistinguishable.
Wait until Have you seen the Neuralink stuff?
Yeah. So yeah. There's what the hell's that podcast I'm listening to? Oh my God. Another friend of Joe Rogan there. Oh my God. He had one of the main scientists there from Neuralink on there, and they were talking, and then they had the actual patient on. They were talking.
Yeah, the guy he talks about the video games.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
he has an aimbot.
Yeah, exactly.
How
yeah.
it aim like he plays video games now, and it goes and he's like when he just looks at the aim is right there. It's such a cheat code. Like he's so much better than everyone online.
That's
now.
funny. So
We'll
see.
Wait till they start putting that in our soldiers. We're just gonna be able to murder
my God.
everybody.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Oh my God! What, you think they're not going to weaponize that?
Yeah, you're right.
And it's also that's going to be a way to separate the classes
Or they'll
even
put something
more,
so no one else
right?
can use your gun now, perhaps.
Or just the rich people will be able to get Neuralink implants
Yeah.
and fucking become
Yeah.
brilliant
Oh yeah.
upper
So,
echelon people.
funny you say that.
And poor schlubs like us will be.
I was having a conversation with my
flipping
brother-in-law
burgers.
about that, saying if there was something in there that
We're going to be
gave you
flipping
the
burgers. We got robots to flip burgers. What are we going to do? Fucking without medium wage, whatever. They're going to give everyone.
yeah, they'll just put a robot in.
Yeah.
But if someone were to tell you could put this thing in the back of your head and you have the power of all of ChatGPT in there,
Yeah.
and it only costs you $50,000, I would sign on the dotted line and finance the living shit out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now I'm a PhD doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm everything under the sun, and it will pay for itself tenfold.
Yeah.
It is coming. It is coming. No doubt about it. So let's talk a little bit about this Trump rally a little bit further. So Tony Hinchcliffe.
I only saw parts
It's a
of it.
big thing in the news right now. It's exploding. So Trump had a big rally in Madison Square Garden last night, and
Yeah.
the big news that's going on this very second right now that's exploding on all these channels on the left-hand side and the Kamala side is Tony Hinchcliffe made some inflammatory jokes.
So which ones didn't they like? I don't
boy.
remember. I just saw them.
Yeah.
I just saw it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And I'm curious.
So
to
there's
backlash.
one of them. He was talking about Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And he led up to it saying, "Hey, there's a big garbage patch in the ocean there.
Yeah.
So it's
an island, a
It's
garbage
an
island,
island, and it's a garbage island. And he's like, yeah, and it's like it's Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It was.
There was a couple. They're just jokes. They're just jokes.
Yeah, and then so he made that joke, and then it was a black guy in the audience there with a hat, and he alluded to the fact of we were carving not pumpkins but watermelons last night there.
But-
So he had a few of them out
Yeah.
there, and I will tell you on this 11th hour of the election, which is 8 days away.
Yeah. I think they're just doubling down.
It's a little risky.
I don't know. I think he's doubling down because I think
Yeah.
they've
He's
got
doubling
it.
down or Trump's
The
doubling
entire-
down.
Did you hear Trump at the dinner a couple of days ago, whatever
No.
before that? It was one of those. I forget the dinner. Jim Gaffigan said some funny things, and Trump gets up there, and it was one of those dinners where the Democrats and Republicans are there. It's like, oh, Chuck Schumer,
Yes.
he looks glib. Oh,
Yes, that was a riot.
Chuck, you look so glib. Oh,
That was awesome.
Oh no! Don't worry, Chuck. Don't worry. Listen, in this woke culture, if Kamala doesn't get elected, you still have a chance to be the first female president.
Yes, that was even that was I
Like
did
what
see
the
that.
fuck? Like he
riot.
just told the trans vote to go fuck himself right there.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He just told the entire country, you can keep the trans vote. I don't need him.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can keep it. You
Right.
know, and that's problematic. Like,
Yes,
'cause,
I
you know,
agree.
like I don't think that's right. Like,
So just to pause you right there, I forget what TikTok video I was watching. One of the right hand pundit, I think it was like Charlie Kirk or something like that, and he had these college students coming up to the microphone.
Yeah,
and
that guy, yeah.
And one of them, I was taken a little back actually. There was a trans person that came up to the mic. Actually, I don't think it was Charlie Kirk. It was
Ben Shapiro.
It was it was Ben Shapiro.
I haven't seen it, but I heard
It was cringe.
I heard that the trans man or woman.
Yes, that was rough. Wouldn't shake his hand. He was kind of belligerent. But there was another one where this trans person came up and was like, "Do you see us as human, even as human?" And I was like, that's a valid question to say, hey, let's take a step back here and be a little bit more gentle and whatnot. But it's a landmine for our society going on right now. For sure.
So the problem the problem is there's no talking. There's no flex.
Right.
There's no talking about. I don't care how little it's happened, but there's no talking about. There's a certain percentage of humans in this country that are using this trans thing as a get out of jail free pervert card and talking to even young kids and like there's videos of them meeting up in like Walmart and like the pedophile ones. And yes, fucking heterosexuals and homosexuals do that also, but then there's also them going following kids into the bathroom and all that stuff, and but it's immediate knee jerk to that happens, blah blah blah. And it reminds me so much of after 9/11 when the entire country was like didn't know know anything about Muslims or the Islamic religion or anything like that, and all they know is fucking terrorism, and it's the biggest religion in the world, and everyone's saying, oh, we're a religion of peace. Fucking maybe, but what is this shit? And how come no one's demonizing this and saying that all they're saying, oh, that's just the outliers. Right. Okay.
Not a real dialogue of any kind. It's
so there's no talk about that. Right. And that's, I don't, there are a lot of people that have a lot more strong feelings than I do about that. But that's the tone deafness around that. And also the fact that they are allowing doctors to give children
this is the thing.
Puberty blockers and sex-changing drugs without parental consent is fucking bananas. Yeah. Leave the fucking kids alone.
Yeah. You can't if you're a 12-year-old, you can't get a sleeve of fucking tattoos because
but you can but you can fucking take puberty blockers because supposedly you just press pause and then and that's just not true. It's just profoundly not. That's not how science works.
Yeah,
and
that I agree with you.
And I heard someone say, like, listen, you also don't want fucking 30-years going through puberty. Like,
you can't rent a car.
Fuck are we doing?
You can't rent a car until you're 23 or something, or is it 25?
So the fact that there's no conversation to be had, people are like, okay, I'm fucking done. And if you notice, like initially, everyone's like, okay, what's this? All right, I love everyone. You want to be they, them? Okay, all right, they, them, sure, okay. It's a little confusing. Oh, okay. Now there's 18 million. Zer, zippity doo dah day.
That's toned down a little bit. But
I know. But people are like, okay. Yeah. Initially, people are like, all right, let's see what's up. But then they're like, what? All this? Go fuck yourself. Right. Or the gender fluid, where if I'm feeling like this and I'm a man, and then later on in the afternoon I'm feeling this way and I'm a fucking woman. Like, what? Fuck out of here. No, we're not playing that game.
It's moving too fast. Too many things too fast for
I think there's
society to handle, perhaps.
There's room for they, them. Look back in history. All the cliches, fucking Prince, David Bowie. You know what I mean? Like these. There's been another category, and there's something like 72 or 71 different genders. It's not just male and female, or XXXY. There's all different combinations, and scientists classify it in those two because it's easier, and that's how science works. They can't have 18,000 examples to make textbooks. So they drill it down to the most basic. Okay, penis, vagina, male, female, done. Close the books. That's all fucking fifth graders need to care about. But it's way more. Ask anyone that's involved in that. It's way more complex than that, and you can tell because there are people that aren't fucking. Look at it's Pat and Saturday Night Live. This shit has been going on forever. Yeah. So I think as a society we need to make room for another option, but we also don't
stay away from the young age groups.
But don't take that and fucking go and get all out of fucking control. I saw a TikTok of two they thems. One fucking they them looked exactly like a 35-year-old dude, and the other they them looked like a 19-year-old girl, right? And they're talking silly. It's just a very creepy fucking dynamic, like it's but that's not, hey, their life, it's fine with me, but like when they're becoming bullies and they're pushing.
Okay.
They're put like because they're very condescending, and if you don't know that, then just
self-righteous.
It's
a little self-righteous.
Okay, it's new for everyone, and most people, especially, no matter what they post online, whatever, face to face with someone, most people were like, okay, tell me what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, my roommate is a they, them, and very rarely do they have problems out in public. I mean, everyone went to one place the other way, and we were sitting talking, and I left, and the guy we were talking with says, like, so what are you? What are you trying to be, a girl or a boy? And he was a total dick about it, and they were very upset about it, but it was very few and far between.
Yeah.
That guy was kind of a dick. But
Probably going 100 times.
Most people are very tolerant, but they just don't want to be talked down to, and they don't want to be yelled at.
Yeah, right.
And if they would have open conversations about a lot of this stuff, and do something about it, like the stuff with the children and the bathroom stuff.
That's the only thing I have an issue is the whole children thing. Yeah. I think as a society, if we could all agree on like I was just saying about renting a car, for instance, I think you're going to be like 23 or 25,
or 26,
25.
Yeah.
Like if we could like pass a law saying you can't do any puberty stuff or surgical stuff until you're 25, but then again, probably not. I mean, once you're 18, you're a legal adult, and you can do anything. You can buy a gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Look,
this is a business that doesn't want to do business with you until you're that age.
After 18, do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's the agreed upon age.
Yeah.
Do what you want. I don't care, but leave the kids alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in agreement on that. Okay, we solved it.
We did.
We solved it.
Good job.
So,
Good job. Yeah.
Let's write this up and send it fucking in. We'll get it passed. Project 2025, 5th page.
That's right.
Right? Okay. Some switching to a little local news here.
Yeah.
You brought this to my attention. I've only been to Comedy Connection one time ever.
I fucking love Comedy
One
Connection.
time ever. I've only been there once. Tickets you bought. We went to see oh my God, Dave Attell.
Yeah, great.
Dave Attell.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. Saw him, and you brought to my attention that the guys from Comedy Connection that own that in Providence, they have purchased Columbus Theater, which I've never heard of.
Business, yeah.
I don't get out too often.
It was supposed to. I guess it was like a very artsy, independent college kid kind of theater thing.
Yeah.
For a bunch of
like
years,
cheap money kind of thing.
Yeah. It was a way to like theater groups to go and do plays and.
Oh no, kidding! Okay.
Kind of, I think
so. It wasn't just a movie theater that necessarily was.
I don't think so.
It was like so. We have Rhode Island.
I think it's like the Stadium Theater in Woonsocket.
That's the name I'm trying to come up with in Woonsocket Stadium Theater. I went online before this to check it out because I didn't know anything about Columbus Theater. And apparently it's 2 theaters in one. It's got 2 floors.
Yep.
On the top floor, it's got 200 seats, and on the bottom floor, it's got 800 seats.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's really configured, but it seats 1,000. It says.
That's cool.
I'm
excited about it.
It was opened in 1926, and then the owner had it until 1962. New guy took over in 62, all the way to 2009, where the Station nightclub took place, and then they got everybody all of Rhode Island got stuck with upgrading their fire codes and shit. So they were closed down for like 2-3 years to get it up to speed and stuff, and voila, here we are, and they opened up back in 2012. And
I wonder when they're going to open up. It should be so. Yeah. I mean, they have the Vet around here, or they have what is it, the Amica Center, the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Right, and not every there's not a whole lot of venues.
Dunkin' Center.
And
what is it now?
It's Amica now.
It is
I
Amica
think.
now.
Yeah.
Who's writing the check?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're in such a comedy boom. Like it needs to have. It used to be pretty easy to go and get tickets to Comedy Connection, and all the big names would go through there. And now these guys it's not worth it, so they're kind of like skipping over, or they'll try the Vet, or they'll go somewhere else. So it'll be nice to have the big. So like Dave Attell, for him to come up,
Yeah.
he will, because he's a kind of a road dog. But some of the guys like I saw Chris DiStefano there a couple times. Mark Norman.
Where at the Vet?
At Comedy Connection.
Oh, okay.
And those guys are so big now that they won't go through there.
Right. They could do the Dunkin' Donuts
right,
Center.
And there's no way someone like Bill Burr is going to go there.
Right,
they're
too big.
That. Yeah,
they're too big. What was it? The Vet? I think I saw Jimmy. Was Jimmy Carr's name on that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
the problem I have is I'm too fat for the seats.
Is it tight there?
The Vet.
I've never stepped foot in the Vet. Is it like the Stadium Theater,
Probably,
or is it even bigger?
Yeah,
it's about the same.
Well, it's redone. It's a little newer.
Is it the same size? Would you say as
the
Stadium? It's bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never stepped foot in it, but that's funny. But
do you know who's going to Stadium? Soon, Colin Quinn.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't think Jamie would like him, though.
No.
He gets... So the
He's
few
very
things
smart and he's very political.
It's not even comedy. Almost it's storytelling with comedy interweaved in it.
Right.
Because he did like a whole historical thing. He was talking. Last thing I've seen some of his stuff that he was doing. It's historical, and I don't think my wife would like that.
Yeah. Really.
So I think just you and me would have to go.
Let's do it. I'm done.
So what else we got here? So we got our election guesses. Did you guess? Did you say? I think Trump's going to win.
I think Trump's going to win by a landslide. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't see it.
And this is my fear, though. I hope to God it's a landslide.
Because I think if
it is the 50-50, and then when like the whole goddamn Florida thing, counting the Chads, where literally the Supreme Court has to get involved, and we're counting, to the 100th person. Like, I hope to God it doesn't get to that.
Yeah, I don't think it
needs. We need black and white, and we need some resolution.
Well, I mean, in every election there's been voter fraud for sure.
Yeah.
As to what.
Don't even get. So level. This whole goddamn voter registration. Voter ID thing, and then some people with a straight face.
Don't you? I feel like I've always had to show my ID to vote.
Me too. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think where we are, yes. However, I think in certain areas, like I've researched this topic, and I've heard certain areas, like in New York City, at this precinct, you don't. So I heard certain places where there's so many foreigners that they can't keep track of it. It's just a clusterfuck of
a lot of it
whatever.
They in a lot of areas they'll and it's typically inner cities, which is notoriously Democrat controlled. Yeah. And what they'll do is they'll take undocumented people, migrants, and they'll have them vote for people that died within the last election cycle. They're like, all right, you're fucking Grandma Tilly.
Yeah,
all right,
and it wouldn't matter.
And
that's where this whole electoral college comes in. It's like, okay, here you go. Here you can fuck up your state, and meanwhile, it only will damage it this much by having these. Here's your 12 points.
I guess the big beef was the mail-in ballots last time. That's what they thought was a lot of the fraud.
Yeah. So I was having a discussion with my father the other day talking about this whole early voting. And he's like, oh, did you vote yet? And I was like, oh, I voted. And I was like, and I'm like, no, I'm going to wait to the last minute. I'm going to wait on election day. And I was like, when did this early voting stuff start?
Is that weird?
It's recent.
Yeah.
It's recent. And he was like, yeah, we shouldn't do it. And he brought something up that I thought was great. They're still campaigning.
Yeah.
They're still campaigning, trying to flip people's minds. Trying to,
What if some surprise comes up?
Right, or either some surprise, or you're pulling the rug from underneath the candidate, in my opinion, by limiting their ability to. You might as well say the election day is this day instead,
right?
And then stop. So I do think this whole pre-voting thing should be eliminated. And so be it. The pieces fall where they may, and we just take extra days to fucking figure out the tally after the fact. So be it. And we should give it a national holiday and have one single day and pay the piper on that one day.
The problem is
if
someone's working that one day,
too bad.
They can't get off work.
Too bad. It is your civic duty, and your company's a piece of shit. Take a picture and send it on the goddamn internet and make them the poster child. And
I don't know if I have any strong feelings about that. I think they have a point with the mail-in, because it's probably easy to fake that.
Yeah, the COVID thing kind of turned that on.
It's probably easy to lose ballots through the mail.
Yeah,
ballots.
Exactly. Yeah,
but having a one day kind of sucks, because what about like fucking doctors or firemen that are on 24 hours? You know what I mean? Like,
well, the staff needs to cover it for the half an hour for the guy that runs the
Agree, but wouldn't it be a little easier? What's the problem? What's the problem with having
that sounds just as stupid as someone? We can't ID people at the voting place because if they're poor, they won't have the resources to replace their license.
What?
I'm just saying it seems weak.
This is reminding me a lot of your toys.
It's just
for
a bunch
tots,
of
your toys for
bunch
tots
of fucking excuses. Oh yeah, that's my I was gonna put that on today's list. I was like, we'll wait till we get a little closer before I discuss the toys for tots. I have a big problem with Toys for Tots.
Yeah, fuck those motherfuckers.
So
how dare you? I mean, really give
Toys for Tots,
giving toys to poor kids? Like what the fuck?
I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it.
Assholes. That's
well, do you know what it is? And this is where we're going to get. I'll change the subject right now. Where we're getting into. I'm totally against Toys for Tots as far as your dollar is concerned.
Me too. Fuck that. Fuck those kids.
I want you to donate money in different causes. Stones. In our society, there's more needs than that. But anyway,
give them underwear and socks.
On that same vein, we're in Rhode Island. We're talking about Hasbro.
Oh my God! They're going to
CBS.
They're going to Massachusetts.
There's whispers of it. There's a lot of whispers of it. There's like I researched ahead of time as well. There's a ton of stuff for Hasbro. They want to go to Boston. They want to go to Boston. They want to go to Boston. And there was some article talking about the governor of Rhode Island basically not making any effort to make them happy or whatever. But I've had conversations with other people where they're like, why do we need to have the governor, pick up the phone and make the best deal? Why can't we just have a generic policy across the board to make it even playing field for all businesses in the state of Rhode Island? This is what you get. Here's the low tax rate. Instead of making
Rhode Island doesn't like business.
What's that?
I feel like Rhode Island doesn't like business.
No, compared to Massachusetts, I feel like they don't. Boston, it's night and day.
I tried opening a dog training business in Woonsocket, and they didn't want anything to do with me in that.
No shit. In Woonsocket, I mean, they're like
sitting on the move.
Right, they're like gutted.
Yeah, well, it was funny actually. We're talking about Trump, and I think they were talking about like the environmental stuff, and this is when Joe Rogan was like, "Well, don't we need him a little bit because of blah, and Trump's like, we should just pave over everything and build a parking lot, or whatever." But he's talking about, and this is kind of what fucking they did to Walmart. So Walmart, they wanted to move in Woonsocket from the spot they were in. They wanted to move. They wanted to build a super center.
Who's this?
Walmart.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But
yes.
They found the plot that they wanted to build it on, there was some puddle that had some frog or fish or something, and they
spotted something.
And the environmentalists, they
They
put a stop to it, and they said, you can't do that. And Walmart are like, are you serious? Because we got to do this. We're going to do it.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, we're serious. And Walmart's like, all right. And they went a mile away to North Smithfield. And they created the new Walmart there. And oh, by the way, Lowe's follows them because that's what Lowe's does.
Anchor.
If you ever notice, it's Walmart, Lowe's, and Walgreens. They're all the three together.
No shit.
Yeah.
The three horsemen of the apocalypse.
You'll find those three all together.
That's funny you say that. There's a lot of businesses that do that where they'll literally like a leech. They'll just follow somebody
else. And look at how much better that area is doing. And look at how bad. Diamond Hill was doing well when when Lowe's was there and Walmart was there, and they the restaurant. But now it's a fucking desolate. It's a ghost town.
Yeah. So if you're not from Rhode Island, look up Diamond Hill, Woonsocket. It was like when I was a teenager. Actually, even before that, it had a lot of stuff going on the strip. It just slowly domino effect. It's just literally just cockroaches are there today. Yeah. And
we used to go to the movies over there.
There's no tax base in all of Woonsocket there, and it's struggling.
What they do have that's different than most towns is they do have a lot of stabbings.
There's a lot of homeless too. Yeah. There's a lot of homeless down there too.
Yeah, I think that's what my brother is.
A lot of homeless. But what else we got? What else? You
got some pet peeves?
Yeah. So
what's pissing you off?
Some pet peeves. So I had we had a party yesterday on Saturday. The other day we had a baby reveal for my daughter.
Yeah.
It is going to be a girl.
Yes.
And we went to the dollar store.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of stuff at the dollar store actually.
$1.25.
Like a lot of $1.25 is it? Yeah, exactly. By the way, it's cheaper to go to Ocean State Job Lot to buy sterno for $1.
There's a lot of things that are cheaper than at the dollar store.
Dollar store's not necessarily the cheapest.
No.
So where I'm getting here is we bought a lot of bowls. They have these clear bowls of all like pink and blue and at the end of the day, at the end of the party, my wife's like, just throw it away. Just throw it away. I don't want to store it. It's just $1.
I'm with her, by the way.
I'm with her, too. You all went in the trash.
Fuck that shit.
So that's my other pet peeve, hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So in one side, I can't stand how much plastic.
Oh.
How much plastic we use as a society, and like all the to-go containers. And you go to a restaurant or a state fair. You go to a state fair and they're giving out like mac and cheese, and it's all the heavy duty, the black containers with the and it's like heavy duty. They paid some good money for this. It's probably 10 cents a pop, 25 cents a pop, and they're throwing this shit away. And you see the trash barrels filled with plastic, and it's like they couldn't find a paper product to do this.
It's funny. The hypocrisy is hilarious because everyone's an environmentalist until that fucking paper straw gets wet.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Fuck this shit. Where's my fucking?
Let's throw a party. Let's throw a party and get water for everybody."
Yeah, 2 sips. Oh, is that 3 sips?
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, exactly. And I'm in the human race, and can you imagine how many bottles of water I could possibly drink in my lifetime?
That's crazy.
It's
I know,
outrageous.
Those I'm on.
It's outrageous.
We could probably get rid of those.
Yeah,
that's a little much.
Right. I mean,
although, and then they're like, "Oh, let's make it as thin as possible," and then you open it and it,
exactly.
Spills all
it's
over
falling
the
on its own weight.
Yeah.
So I am struggling in my life with plastic, but I haven't burnt a single calorie to get it out of my life. I'm bombarded all around me. I don't know. So maybe that's where the government comes in, where they say you can't have your plastic bags. Maybe. I don't know what kind of how much that will turn the needle. I think they might need to go.
I think we should
a little further.
We need to really start looking into hemp and making shit out of hemp.
You're probably right.
Because you can,
right.
It's easily renewable, and it's instant. It makes a better plastic, and it starts breaking down in 3 months. But we won't use that because if you're growing acres and acres and acres of hemp, and your next door neighbor has like 3 weed plants, and any of the pollen goes in there.
No shit.
If it gets at all in any of that stuff, if it tests at like point, I don't know what the standard is, but like even way under anything that would ever get you high. But if it shows a little bit above that, you have to burn the entire
crop.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's fucking bananas, and that all comes from the
regulation. Let's get Trump involved. He needs to deregulate.
Yeah. Well, and people think it's because of the drugs, and it's the drugs, and it's not. It's because back in the day it was the paper and the DuPont oil.
Yeah, I heard that Joe Rogan episode.
No, it's real. Way before I listened to all that, there's a book, Emperor Wears No Clothes, and it steps through all the bullshit and hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's all just smoke and mirrors. If you own a bunch of forests and you own a paper manufacturer, are you gonna? And all of a sudden, this thing that comes up,
right?
And it's easily renewable, and it's so much better. So the only reason you still can read the Constitution is because it's on hemp paper. It's not on fucking regular paper. And also, hemp makes a much better clothes, so the whole cotton industry wouldn't be out in the ear also. So it's fucking bananas. But by the way, it also makes a good biofuel, and there's Henry Ford made a car completely from.
I heard the panels on it were really high.
Yeah, they were all it's like fiberglass, but way stronger, and it ran on hemp oil.
No shit.
Yeah, but no, we don't want to talk about that because weed's the devil's lettuce.
Well, it's come a long way, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it sure has come a long way. Do we have time to even unpack this last one here?
Favorite conspiracy.
Yeah, favorite conspiracies. I don't know. I mean, we could do a whole hour on this.
We
really could do a whole
I don't know. I don't really.
So, just to
I think my favorite conspiracy is, I touched on it before, the conspiracy that this is a 2-party system.
I don't think Trump's involved in this one anymore.
I think
that's the problem.
I don't think it's up to
attacked.
Trump. It's so Trump is a puppet head.
Yeah.
It's the people behind the scenes, the real with the people with the money and the control.
I think every president,
with the Illuminati or whatever.
Yeah, I think every president and every mechanism behind the presidents absolutely was a puppet, but I think Trump is not, and I think
he's trying to fix it.
Yes,
and I guess, or at least that's what he's telling us that he's trying to do. Well,
right, yeah,
that's true
right, exactly. I mean,
but that's definitely what we're campaigning on.
But does not. So if he truly was an outsider and they don't have any control of him, don't you think they would probably try to kill him?
Oh, didn't they twice?
What? Yeah, so there you go. So that's all I got to go on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. It's a wild fucking time. It's so funny. Like, someone was talking about I forget, some comedian or something. Like, if the United States government was gonna assassinate a president, they would do it exactly like they did. They would find the most inept people to be involved with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that kid, his house was professionally cleaned. That they didn't even find silverware in it. I
They
heard.
still can't get in his phone, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some fuckery. Fuckery is about.
Yeah.
But that's not even my favorite conspiracy.
What is it?
So here we go. So I am addicted to TikTok. Absolutely addicted to TikTok.
Yeah.
And I have horrified my family at this party we had on Saturday here. Towards the end, everybody was leaving. We had a little fire going, and I had some drinks in me. I was like, "Oh, let me tell you about this TikTok stuff." And my brother-in-law, my sister, none of them go on TikTok, and I'm like telling about this whole P. Diddy thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, let me piece it all together for you." All this Jamie Foxx is involved. You got Ellen DeGeneres. You got Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend that crashed her car.
Yeah.
You got Ellen DeGeneres' show, that DJ guy, he committed suicide. P. Diddy was on Ellen DeGeneres' show with a t-shirt with him pointing his finger like that says, "I'm watching you," or "I'm looking at," something like that. I forget what the hell the t-shirt said. And he gave it to Ellen DeGeneres and he said, "Ellen, give this to your girlfriend, Portia." And it was, everybody's all weirdly uncomfortable, and the DJ guy that's dead now was looking really shifty eyed and like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
About this.
So, no, you don't.
No.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So all these people, Ellen has been known and has spoken of going to the Diddy parties.
Yeah.
There, so she's been there, and apparently her girlfriend must have been there. Did you hear how she cracked her car up and drove like 100 miles an hour?
Well, they weren't together for years, but yeah. They had
still, who knows? Maybe maybe
she
she wanted.
Was on coke. Portia, is that her name?
Yeah,
Portia?
maybe she wanted to talk.
She was the one on Arrested Development, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she cracked her car up and lost her mind. So we got that, and you got the DJ that committed suicide. You got Jamie Foxx like 8 months ago. That some unknown weird crazy illness that he was in a coma or something like that, and like some people were like, "Oh, maybe it's the COVID." That COVID shot. He got the shot, and they're trying to keep it quiet. Yeah. So he was involved in that, and so what else we got here? Hold on a minute. There's another one. There's some more I know I'm forgetting here. God damn. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, I feel like anyone.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher.
Well, yeah, he's a big one. For sure.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's been involved with this.
Donald Rawlings.
Yep.
So I think anyone has been to a Diddy party. The question is, how long do they stay?
Yeah, that's what they say. I was there during the day.
Yeah. Marlon Wayans, like he got pictures of him and all the fucking white linen stuff lounging all over. He's like, "No, I was there, but I left early. I left around like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
What? 3 or 4?
Exactly.
Really?
Right. So.
He's in trouble. It's and it's funny. Like what is it? Russell Simmons. He's left the country for like a year or so ago. Yeah. There's a couple of these big entertainment moguls. I feel like this has been going on for a while, and they say Quincy Jones groomed Diddy and all that stuff, and like it's been going on for years.
The ones I'm missing, Justin Bieber and Usher. Bieber. Supposedly Usher was first with P. Diddy, and Usher got Justin Bieber in. Yeah. And there's videos
do you remember that the shows he used to have when Making a Star or whatever?
Yeah. He brought Justin Bieber in, and there's a famous video of him like, Justin's gonna spend 4 days at the Diddy house.
And he's like, hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's some shit's gonna come out I think soon. Unlike the Epstein list,
which doesn't kill himself like Epstein does.
Exactly. That's the other thing. So the whole Epstein situation there's been talks.
Still haven't had the list.
Nothing.
What's going on with Giselle? Nothing.
So I was on a podcast. So she got sent for 20 years. She's in jail for 20 years, and she's in like a cushy situation now. And, and apparently she must not be talking because she's still alive. I don't. But so there's a podcast I just listened to the other day. Sean Ryan. I guess he was like an ex-CIA agent or some sort. Yeah, he's moving up in the ranks on the podcast list.
I've seen him on Rogan, I think.
Yeah, he's been on there a few times. Yeah, no, I think just once actually. So he has a podcast, and he just had some reporter on, and he was talking about the Epstein list and talking. He did a whole expose on it, and he got a little bit into the P. Diddy, but when he started getting into it, he didn't seem to know much as to them any more than what the hell I just said, But he did know a lot about the whole Epstein thing, and he got into it talking about he was naming names like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
How Epstein
supposedly. So Epstein, I believe that was designed.
Yeah.
Probably.
That makes more sense to me.
Epstein is probably wouldn't surprise me if we found out he was involved in the CIA, and that was designed specifically to get dirt on powerful people.
That makes sense.
I'm wondering
to me.
if that's what happened with Diddy also. Or if Diddy was just wild and he has all these videos to protect him from getting in trouble for being so wild.
Just to help him in the
or
music.
If it's the same kind of blackmail
or
situation.
to jump on everybody's contracts and get a piece of all their contracts.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, you're worth $100 million? No, you're not. You're only worth $8. I don't know.
Well, Mace is another one. So all during the height of Bad Boy, almost all the songs written, from what I understand, Mace wrote or at least produced, had things to do with, and he only got one record and he'd get paid a lot, and then and he was the young pretty boy dude, and then all of a sudden he quit and he became a pastor, and now he's starting to be popular again now, and he's like talking about that shit.
What's that? Who was in charge of? Not Quincy Jones, some other guy higher up.
The white dude.
Yes, the old guy. Yeah. Supposedly Michael Jackson says he's evil. Yeah. And I'm wondering, Clive Davis. Thank you.
Dave,
So that's Michael Jackson is on record saying he's the devil incarnate.
Well, they say that Quincy Jones passed him around Hollywood when he was younger, and there's also the doctor testified that he was given the puberty blocker.
Bingo. So there's
look
probably
how that worked out for him.
Right. So this connection is going way back that we don't even have a fucking clue. It's the tip of the iceberg, man.
Yeah.
So exciting times,
It's wild. It's going to be exciting to see what's going to happen in this election.
Right.
I think that I don't think it's a question.
8 days away, guys.
There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings out there.
Right, and that's why I can only hope for the sake of our country. That it's black and white.
I just, I got a pet peeve. That mostly, this is mostly Democrats. I don't know why, but mostly the Democrats that I'm speaking with. There's no chill. There's no, I try to talk, I'm like, because I'm not a Trump guy, but I find it fascinating.
Me too.
So I talk about it,
I'm not belligerent. I don't think I'm a belligerent. I can have an open conversation. Like, there's dialogue in there. Like, if someone's like saying, "Oh, do you know Trump wants to do this?" and I'm like, "I know this is false," and I'm like, show me the actual video.
Yeah. I'm not even talking about that. I'm like why? So the question's like, why do people like him so much? And then I'll explain to them, because this, that, and people are tired of that, and then they just, that's not these people are fucking stupid. That's the problem right there. You knee jerk to fucking they're stupid, and you know what? They're not all stupid. They just have a different opinion. They have different qualifications, different priorities, and it's just. And when you call both sides, like each side's stupid. Okay, yes, there are a lot of stupid people everywhere.
Right.
There's two of us speaking right now.
and I do think the left has been twisted a little bit more than the right as far as the media. The media has twisted things to such an extent where,
that's a cop out. The media's been twisting stuff forever.
Yeah,
it's just
but I think it's more so on the left.
More of a on the left.
I think
a spoiled brat syndrome, and that as soon as you say anything to disagree, they just throw their hands up. Well, you fucking hate people, and you're gonna ruin the country, and everything's gonna be like it's.
So
all these crazy extremes, I don't know.
We're living in a bizarre world where one storyline's been shown to one other person, or the same storyline's been shown, and people are seeing different things, or choose to see different things too. And I agree. I could be twisted a little bit as well, but I have been consuming so much, and I'll even do other podcasts and watch David Pakman, for instance.
I don't know what that
I
is.
can't stand the fucking guy, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it and get his perspective.
You need to, I generally am not a Trump guy. So when I see him on, I'm like, okay, what's or my favorite thing. I'm on this TikTok for some reason. My algorithm, I'm getting a lot of black people that are pro-Trump.
You in that bubble,
there, which is
the Hodgkin twins or something. There.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The Hodge twins.
Officer Tatum.
Okay,
is another one. I think.
That's funny.
Anyways, what do you think? Want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think let's sign off.
All right, maybe next week we'll talk about something a little less serious.
Yeah.
Try to be funny. Maybe we can try to be funny. All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Oh, how many minutes was that? 15 minutes.
Oh shit! I didn't even hit record.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Good.